Hello my friends, it is January the 13th of 2024. I have another collection update here for you. I purchased another bunch of fantastic metal albums. I'm always collecting metal albums. I just enjoy it so much. I have approximately 1,700 albums in my collection, mostly CDs, but I do have some vinyl and cassettes as well. I would say approximately 95% of my collection is metal. Yeah, I just love metal so much. I've been listening to it for many, many years. Approximately 25 years I've been listening to it, and every day I'm listening to metal, whether I'm at home or in my car or wherever, whenever. I'm just blasting the metal music. I just love it so much. Okay, so let's get into this collection update. Up first is Agalloch with Ashes Against the Grain. This album came out in 2006. Incredible album. I've been familiar with Agalloch probably since like my early 20s. I do recall purchasing the album The Mantle back in the spring of 2013, and I do recall that album being a bit of a challenge to get into, but I do recall enjoying it though. But it was only up until, I would say, recently, maybe over the past 6 months or so, that I really started to actually get heavily into this band, and I've just fallen in love with their music. Incredible stuff. And this album right here I've listened to a lot, especially over the past few months or so, and it's just absolutely mind-blowing, this album. A 10 out of 10 for sure. I just love it so much. Just absolutely incredible. Everything about it is just amazing. The songwriting, the production, it's just incredible. Yeah, they just have a very unique sound. I would say that they really have their own identity. It's kind of hard to describe their music exactly. They do combine like different elements of like black metal, obviously, and doom metal, and elements of folk, but yeah, just a very unique sound. There's just something really truly special about this band, and yeah, incredible stuff. I would like to get some of their other albums. They are a little bit pricey though, so but hopefully in time I will be able to acquire their other albums. And yeah, incredible stuff right here. If you haven't listened to this album, definitely check this one out. Okay, so that is Agalloch with Ashes Against the Grain. Soilwork with Death Resonance. This album came out in 2016. This is like a compilation of I believe like songs from like EPs and elsewhere. I haven't really listened to this album at all, to be honest. I do love Soilwork, obviously. They're definitely one of my favorite bands, and definitely one of my top five favorite melodic death metal bands, and I'm obviously a huge fan of melodic death metal. And I do have all of Soilwork's full-length albums, so I've just been looking at purchasing some of their other releases, like this one right here, Death Resonance. So yeah, definitely an album that I will be getting into, and definitely happy to have this one in my collection. Soilwork are obviously just an amazing band. I just enjoy their music so much. I've been a big fan of theirs since like my late teens, and yeah, incredible stuff. Okay, so Soilwork with Death Resonance. Katatonia with Last Fair Deal Gone Down. This album came out in 2001. Phenomenal album right here, 10 out of 10. I just obviously love Katatonia. They're definitely one of my, I would say, top 5 favorite bands, and this album right here is definitely one of my, I would say, one of my top maybe 3 favorite albums from this band. Yeah, just amazing stuff right here. I just enjoy this album so much from start to finish. I actually do have another copy of this album. I've had this album for many years, and I just decided to purchase another copy because my original copy has a fair bit of wear and tear in it, so I just decided to purchase another copy. I mean, what more can I say about this album? It's just a masterpiece. So many incredible songs on here, like the song Chrome, We Must Bury You, Tear Gas. I mean, this entire album was just phenomenal. Katatonia, I just love their music so much, and I've spoken about Katatonia so much throughout the years. Just love their music. All right, so Katatonia with Last Fair Deal Gone Down. Katatonia with Brave Yesterdays. This came out in 2004. Okay, so this is like a compilation. It includes songs from like their EPs that they had released earlier in their career, as well as I believe some songs from like a split album, and songs from elsewhere. I'm not entirely sure. I really haven't listened to this album much at all, to be honest. Certainly an album that I will be getting into more. It definitely focuses on their earlier career, and to be honest, I'm not really a big fan of their earlier stuff. To me, they really got much better as they progressed, and so their first couple of albums I'm not really a big fan of, to be honest. I know some people really enjoy their first couple of albums, but to me they really got much better as they progressed into their career. But still nice to have this collection right here, this collection of songs on this album right here. So yeah, happy to have it in my collection. I mean, I am trying to acquire so much more of Katatonia's music. I do have, of course, all their full-length albums, so I'm just trying to get like their live albums and any other releases that I've missed from them. So just love them so much. Okay, all right, so that is Katatonia with Brave Yesterdays. Katatonia with Last Fair Day Gone Night. This album came out in 2013. Okay, so this is a live album, and it's they performed the songs from Last Fair Deal Gone Down, with some other songs as well from some of their other albums. But yeah, definitely happy to have this in my collection. I've been listening to this one a fair bit as of lately, and yeah, definitely enjoy it. They certainly do put on a good performance, and yeah, happy to have it in my collection. Obviously, them performing the live songs from Last Fair Deal Gone Down is, I mean, obviously that album's one of my favorites, so it's nice to hear these songs in a live context. Okay, so yeah, definitely happy to have this one in my collection. All right, so that is Katatonia with Last Fair Day Gone Night. Amon Amarth with Surtur Rising. This album came out in 2011. Obviously a phenomenal Swedish melodic death metal band right here. I've been trying to get more of their albums, so I've just been sort of gradually buying some of their albums, and I do have quite a bit of their albums now, and yeah, I definitely enjoy their music. I haven't really listened to this one much, to be honest. Certainly an album that I will be getting into, but yeah, great band that just writes such great music, and such a consistent band as well. And they have put out quite a few albums throughout the years, and this album right here does contain a bonus DVD as well, so that's really nice. Yeah, definitely happy to have this one in my collection. Amon Amarth, yeah, definitely enjoy them. All right, so that is Amon Amarth with Surtur Rising. In Flames with a Sense of Purpose. This album came out in 2008. Yeah, I definitely enjoy In Flames. I do have quite a few of their albums now. There are still some that I'm missing, but in due time I definitely want their entire discography. Great Swedish melodic death metal band. Have been listening to this one a fair bit, and some incredible songs on here, like the song Disconnected. Really enjoy that song quite a bit, and of course there are quite a few other great songs in here. Great stuff, and I know some people maybe aren't too fond of this particular album right here, and but yeah, I think it's pretty solid. Really enjoy this one. Okay, so In Flames with a Sense of Purpose. Ghosts with Popestar. This album came out in 2016. This is an EP. Decided to finally purchase this one. I am a fan of Ghost. I've been a fan of their music since their first album had been released many years ago. I was at Sunrise Records one day, I guess about a month or so ago, and saw this one there. The price was decent, so I decided to pick it up. It does contain the song Square Hammer, which is just a phenomenal song, and definitely one of my favorite songs from that. I would say it's like one of my top 5 favorite songs from Ghost, so I definitely bought this album partially because of that song, and they do have some other songs in here as well. I believe the other songs in here are cover songs, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, definitely happy to have this one in my collection. Ghost are, of course, a phenomenal band. Would be great if they would put out another album. I'm not sure what is happening exactly. I did hear that they were possibly working on a new album for this year, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so yeah, Ghosts with Popestar. All right, I got a couple of new metal albums here. Of course, I am a big fan of new metal. All right, so Korn with their Untitled album. This came out in 2007. I'm a huge fan of Korn. Just love their music so much. Definitely one of my top 5 favorite new metal bands. And I do have a video planned for Korn that will be later this year. I'm going to rank their albums. So I have most of their discography now. I'm just missing one of their albums. The album Requiem, which is their most recent album. I'm missing that one, so once I get that album, I'll have their entire discography, so that'll be nice. Yeah, I just really enjoy Korn so much. I've been a big fan of theirs since like my mid-teens, and been listening to quite a bit of their music lately. I've been going through their discography. Of course, I will be doing that album ranking videos later this year, so I'm just sort of preparing for that already. But yeah, great stuff. Really haven't listened to this album much, but it's certainly an album that I will be listening to within the coming months for sure. All right, Korn, great band. All right, so Korn with their Untitled album, and the last album on my update here is Orgy with Candyass. This album came out in 1998. Decided to purchase this one. It's considered by a lot of people to be one of the best nu metal albums ever released. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. I don't know if it's something that I'm really that keen on, to be honest. I was listening to this album recently, and I'm not too sure. It didn't really click with me, to be honest. They definitely have more of an industrial kind of vibe going on. But yeah, a lot of people do really enjoy this album and enjoy this band. I never really got into them, but I'll listen to this album a bit more. I do have a video planned though for later this year, in the second half of this year, and that video will be entitled 25 Essential Nu Metal Albums. So I'm just preparing for that video still. This album may or may not be on there. I'm not entirely sure yet, but definitely look out for that video, 25 Essential Nu Metal Albums. I'm of course a huge fan of nu metal. I have quite a lot of nu metal albums. It's something that really got me into nu metal, or into metal rather. I really got into metal, especially in the early 2000s, and of course nu metal was popular at that time, and that's what really got me into metal music largely. But yeah, I still have an appreciation for nu metal. Alright, so that is Orgy with Candyass. Okay, so those are a bunch of metal albums that I've purchased recently. So yeah, I'm always expanding on the collection, always searching for new music and new albums, and yeah, I just absolutely love metal music. It's what keeps me going in this world of misery. Alright, so otherwise I've been really busy recording my new album. That's been my primary focus these days. I was having a lot of setbacks there for a while. It was incredibly frustrating, but I've managed to resolve some of these problems, so I've been busy once again recording the new album. Yeah, it's incredibly difficult. It's a lot of work, and certainly very stressful, but I am determined to complete this album, and hopefully it will all be done in the later half of this year. I'm definitely looking forward to releasing this album and having you all hear it. Okay, so yeah, let me know what you think. Leave some comments. I'm always curious to know what you guys think, and please give me a like, and if you don't subscribe to my channel, please subscribe. And alright, so I want to say thank you very much for watching, and I want to say thanks to all the people who watch my videos and subscribe to my channel. I really truly appreciate it. Take care, my friends. Cheers.